Hello and greetings. This is RPGmodsFan, and in this video I will be demonstrating an exploit in the Divinity Original Sin 2 game. By using this exploit, you will be able to pickpocket via thieving ability gold, skill books, and other items from the same NPC, i.e. non-player character, at least 14 times, plus 4 if you include your own party members. Before I continue, this is a minor spoiler warning. This exploit can be used after leaving the island of Fort Joy and involves 4 to 6 NPCs. So, if you do not want to know what lies ahead after leaving Fort Joy, then please stop here and do not watch the rest of this video. Okay, once you are on board the Lady Vengeance, and before you set sail for the first time, you can steal gold, or I should say you can pickpocket gold, skill books, and other items from 3 main NPCs who are also vendors. There are 2 other NPCs who have skill books for sale, but other than that, they otherwise do not have anything else of value. In Divinity Original Sin 2, each of your characters in your party can pickpocket an NPC only once. However, on the lowest deck of the Lady Vengeance, you can hire from a lizard named Sergeant Zorilla a hireling or henchman for your party. She has 14 henchmen for hire. Couldn't have said it better myself. The next step is to bring the hired henchman to the Respect Mirror, which is located near Sergeant Zorilla, and use the mirror to maximize the henchman's thieving ability. Then go on a crime spree of pickpocketing the 3 main vendor NPCs on board the Lady Vengeance. Warning: this exploit will be quite a grind. Alright, the 3 main vendor NPCs are Gareth, who is located on the upper deck
May the fallen rest easy in the Hall of Echoes
of the Lady Vengeance. From him, you can pickpocket gold and geomancer skill books and warfare skill books.
Keep Lucian close.
The second NPC vendor that you can loot from is located on the middle deck of the Lady Vengeance. His name is Exter. He's the one that's walking around here. If I can catch up to him.
Did you hear? We're bringing you to Meister Siva, the head of the Seekers. If we can get out of here, that is.
From him, you can pickpocket gold, magic gear, and items, polymorph skill books, scoundrel skill books, and an assortment of items. Also, as FYI, once you set sail, Exter will not survive the journey. So, I would sell all your junk items to him. The third vendor NPC is located on the lowest deck of the Lady Vengeance. At the same time, the where Sergeant Zorilla is located, but towards the back of the ship. And his name is Tarquin.
Greetings. You must be another of the new arrivals. It seems I owe you all for my freedom.
And from Tarquin, you can pickpocket gold, magic gear and items, and necromancy skill books.
He ceases. I've been captive here at the Hammers.
Pickpocketing each of these NPCs and making sure you do not get caught will take time and is and will be quite a grind. Which is alright because these vendor NPCs restock their gold, items, and skill books every hour. So, if you were to hire every one of the henchmen from Sergeant Zorilla to pickpocket these vendor NPCs, you can see this exploit will take at least 14 hours to complete. Alright, now I'll go through an example. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is gather my party. You must gather your party before you can venture forth. Alright. Now I got my whole party together. And as you see, I have 4 main members. My custom-made character, as well as...
I've got sword fighters, mages, archers, all willing to fight by your side if the price is right.
And we'll see the price soon. To repeat myself, okay, I have a full complement in my party, including my custom character and the 3 origin characters. So I need to get rid of one of them in order to make room for a hired henchman. And so in this case, I will be dismissing Sabille from my group.
A moment's pause. I had thought us too wicked for rest.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
If we have different paths to take, you and I, so be it.
Okay, and now
I've plenty of fighters for hire, experts in blades, bows, and bewitchment. So, what'll it be? And who couldn't? I have several who can fight their way out of a corner. Give me specifics.
so from the fighter class we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people that we can hire.
A lot of choice, I know. Something else I can help you with then?
Let's go to the arcane arts. Arcane arts, sorry.
I've got a few good prospects for you in that case. Tell me some more about what you're after, and I'll see that you have just the right type at your side.
And in the arcane arts, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 4 is a total of 9 so far.
A lot of choice, I know. Something else I can help you with then? Fast hands and faster wits, is that it? Tell me more and I'll see you get just what you're after.
And we have 5 more of the nefarious types or the thieving types. So that brings the total up to 14 characters that we can hire from Sergeant Zorilla. And in this case, let's start off with a rogue. So we pay 1,550 gold.
Pestilence is the rogue for you? Good thing you're paying for his company. I wouldn't turn my back on him otherwise. Happy with your choice? Excellent. Pleasure doing business with you.
Now the next thing I'm going to do is go into the inventory. I see pestilence. Oh, and by the way, for this exploit, for this demonstration, I basically zeroed out my inventory. Oops. I should get rid of the gold as well. This way we can see from all the thieving how much gold we're going to be making or getting. Now, I got 2 items that I got from before. Both of them increase thieving ability. One's gloves and one's belt. And Pestilence, who we just hired, unfortunately does not have enough strength to wear the gloves, but has enough to wear the belt. So if we look at Pestilence's specs, we see that his thieving ability right now, due to the belt we gave him, is 1 for thievery and 3 sneaking. So the next step is to go to the respect mirror. So go in there, abilities. So minimize every other civil ability and then maximize thievery. The other thing is to go into attributes, because I have those gloves of thievery that require 12 strength. So I'm going to decrease his finesse and increase his strength by 2. Go back to inventory. Now give him the gloves. And now you'll see that his thieving ability is maximized to 5. Likewise, for the respect mirror, I would respect one of your human characters to have a maximum in bartering. So, okay, I should have Ifan maximized, but for the sake of time, let's just pretend I've already done that. So now we're ready to go on a crime spree. Or pickpocketing crime spree, I should say. So just as a demonstration, this also helps to unchain all your characters. If you press down on the left shift key, you can basically see the red areas, which means that you will not be able to sneak or pickpocket it. You can't sneak or pickpocket in the red areas, red highlighted areas. So this is, let me just go, one of the minor NPC vendor characters.
You did it. I knew there had to be a way, and you found it.
Who you can pickpocket Pyromancer skill books from. Doesn't have much in gold, but you can pickpocket Pyromancer skill books from this lizard. But I'm gonna go after the big fish, so I'm gonna go after those 3 NPCs for this demonstration purposes. Okay. So let's start with Tarquin. Now if I press down on the left shift key, not only is Tarquin has a cone of a whatever observation, or I forget what it's called, but we also have this undead or skeletal cat in the other end of the stateroom. So I'm gonna have Lose go up to that cat and distract that cat. Oops, I sent Ifan instead. Alright, let's have Ifan do so. Ah. Okay, talk to the cat.
I'm a monster.
Press the left shift key to see. Alright. So I'm bringing Pestilence, my pickpocketer. First get this candle thing out of the way. Get into position here. And Lose will distract via her charms Tarquin.
Greetings. You must be another of the new arrivals. It seems I owe you all for my freedom.
Okay, Pestilence, go do your handiwork. I'm pressing the C key to go sneaking. And before doing any sort of pickpocketing activity, before as well as after, make sure you save the game. Okay, Pestilence, do your whoops. Go back into hiding. And pickpocket Tarquin. Now Tarquin has a bunch of source orbs which are really valuable. So I would maximize on the number of source orbs that you would steal. However, for demonstrating this exploit, I'm going to maximize the amount of gold that I steal, just to kind of illustrate that it's definitely, in terms of how much the hirelings cost versus how much you can pickpocket, is more than adequate. So I'm just going to pickpocket at 1 source orb instead of 2. And where is his gold? There we go. As you see, I was unable to pickpocket all his gold due to pickpocketing his 1 source orb, but that's okay. There's 13 more henchmen that we can go through. Now, time to make our escape. Okay.
He ceases tinkering with some kind.
I've been captive here at the ham.
Alright, let's say make your escape. Alright, our next target is Exeter. But in this middle deck, the other person to be concerned about in terms of cone sight is Beast. Unless you already have Beast in your party, you need to distract Beast. Otherwise... Okay.
I'm sure you're nice and all, at least when the mood strikes you. But I'd rather...
So his cone of sight is away from Exeter, which is what I want. And now to have Ephon speak to Exeter. Okay.
Did you hear? We're bringing you to Meister Siva.
And now to bring... Okay. Cone of sight looks good. Pestilence go into hiding. So 3,800, basically unable to pickpocket all his gold, which is okay. Now to make our escape. Uh-oh. Alright, now we're on the upper deck, and the last person to pickpocket is Gareth. So I'm gonna go have Ifan distract Gareth.
May the fallen rest easy in the Hall of Echoes.
And let's see, Cone of Sight. Tarlene, well, I don't think she ever moves, but just in case. I'm gonna distract Tarlene.
Hey, stranger. Glad to see you. No re-
And now Pestilence. Can do his pickpocketing. So steal, pickpocket all of Garrett's gold. And I still have room to spare. So I'm gonna pickpocket as many skill books as I can. Let's start with the really valuable skill books, like the ones that are at higher level. And looks like I'm not going to bother with a mug of water or harpoon and pants. So, Gareth was the third person pickpocketed.
We can't get this ship moving, Godwoken. We have every free hand looking into it. Help, if you can.
Simone is another NPC that you can pickpocket, and the valuable thing that she has is these Hydrosophist skill books. She doesn't have much in the way of gold, but definitely in skill books. I personally, I'm going to be hypocritical for saying this, but alright. In my playthrough, I don't pickpocket her. I straight out buy her skill books. I guess I have a soft heart for her because she was in Fort Joy. Her backstory, I shouldn't say was a tearjerker, but it, moved me, and, in other words, I don't feel bad about pickpocketing the other three, especially Exeter, since he's not going to survive the journey. And spoiler warning, Simone is also not going to survive the first journey when you first set sail on the Lady Vengeance. Despite that, I still cannot get myself to pickpocket her, and instead I just straight out buy her skill books. But I'm just, I showed her inventory, what she has available for FYI purposes. Okay.
Keep Lucian close, Godwoken.
All right. Now to do some inventory management. So as you see from our henchmen that we hired, we're able to steal one source orb,
Never regretted having extra help in a fight. I'll guarantee you that.
9,026 gold, and 2 skill books. So I'm just gonna have Ifan hold the spoils. And I'm gonna now dismiss Pestilence from our services. And now we can start the process all over again. In case you do leave any inventory with the hired henchman and dismiss that hired henchman, they will basically give all their items back to you via backpack. And this is the backpack. Oh, and it's a good thing because I totally forgot to unequip him of the thieving gloves as well as the belt. So that was a good example. Oops, because you do want to maximize these henchmen's thieving ability for this exploit. Let's continue on the pickpocketing crime spree by hiring
I've plenty of fighters for hire, experts in blades, bows, and bewitchment.
another henchman.
So, what'll it be?
Now let's hire a fighter.
And who couldn't? I have several who can fight their way out of a corner. Give me specifics. Nestor's the dwarf for you then. Brawny fellow, good on the attack and the defense. Happy with your choice? Excellent. Pleasure doing business with you.
So now go
Allies for hire.
back to inventory
I've got sword fighters, mages, archers.
and
Willing to fight by your side if the price is right.
so due to the gear he has 2 thieving ability. Now to go to the respect mirror to maximize it.
Whatever type of companion you need, I can provide.
So minimize everything else, maximize thieving, and as you see from the description, at level 5, thieving ability wise, you can pickpocket up to 10 kilograms or 3,800 of gold in value. Accept. And the whole cycle starts all over again.
Warriors I have for hire, but you can't put a price on the glory they'll win.
So I purposely hired a fighter, this dwarf's name is Nestor, to show that, yeah, you can maximize other classes and thieving ability and do pickpocketing with them too. Now if I go into
You
Tarkin,
must be another of the new arrivals. It seems I owe you all for my freedom.
you can see that not enough time has passed for him to replenish his gold, nor his source orbs that we also pickpocketed from him. So what I'm going to do is pause this video for about an hour and come back in an hour to give enough time to pass for these vendor NPCs to restock on their gold and items. I'll be back. Stupid Arnold impression. Okay. It's been an hour. And let's have Ifan.
It's good to have a sense of freedom once again. Truly good.
Go to the trade button, click on the trade. As you see, his gold has replenished, or Tarquin's gold has replenished, as well as his source orb. If we had stolen any magic items from him, they would have also been replenished too. So, you know, just looking at his various magic items, yeah, yes, this is a grind, but when I first did it, it wasn't that much of a grind because I was going through all of his stuff. Like, this helmet's a nice helmet. I wish it, and it grants rain. Damn, I wish that was available when I went through this section. And let's see. Right now I'm specifically looking for anything that increases thieving. I don't know if there is such thing as boots of thieving. Okay. So the only thing, you know, for demonstrating this exploit is stealing gold again from him, as well as one source orb. So I'm just going to leave him occupied there. And Lose, I have speaking with the cat here so that the cat's cone of vision does not overlap with my pickpocketing activity over here with Tarquin. Okay, so Nestor goes sneak and pickpocket. So just going to steal one source orb. I recommend stealing two, the maximum number that you can, and then steal any magic items, and then leave gold for last. But I'm just gonna just primarily steal gold and source orbs. Time to make our escape. Okay. So now our next target is Exeter. Where is Exeter? Oh, there he is. Well, alright, let's have Lose go and distract Beast.
I'm sure you're nice and all, at least when the mood strikes you. But I'd rather chat with you.
Oh, there he is. Alright.
Did you hear? We're bringing you to Meister Siva, the head of the Seekers. If we can get out of here, that is.
And just unchaining. Go into hiding. Pickpocket. And as you see, he definitely replenished his gold. I mean, I should have checked his magic items first to see if he had any magic items that would increase our thieving ability, but looks like that's not the case. And now, time to make our escape. All right. Okay. Yikes. Go, go, get out! Oh, just barely got caught there. Okay. Our third victim is going to be Gareth. Alright, why is Gareth going up and down, up and down?
May the fallen rest easy in the Hall of Echoes.
Okay, Nestor going to hiding. Go pickpocketing. And it looks like I have some left over for pickpocketing skill books. Okay.
Keep Lucian close, Godwoken.
So that's the gist of it. So going into our inventory, we see that Nestor has stolen over 9,000. Okay. Now, so with just 2 henchmen hired, we are now up by more than 17,000 gold pieces, 2 source orbs, and a few skill books. So this is definitely, it's like this exploit is definitely profitable. And this exploit could also be used when you venture onto Reaper's Coast, and likewise, it's like with the vendors that you encounter on Reaper's Coast. Just keep in mind to keep everyone's cone of sight away from the pickpocketing henchmen. So that's the exploit. And now I'm just going to dismiss Nestor. And to end this video, I'm going to rehire Sybil into my party.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sybil in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side, for the moment.
And let's go have some drinks. Not exactly the best place to have drinks. So, here we go. Bottoms up, everyone. Okay, guys lost their pants. And the ladies were able to hold their alcohol in this time. Okay. Alright, this is RPG Mods Fan saying cheers, have a good day, and goodbye.